Hello and welcome. I'm Scott Dennis. Thanks so much for joining us today. Topping our news today at noon, a gunman opens fire on one of the most popular tourist spots in the world. One police officer was killed, 2 others were hurt. ISIS is claiming responsibility for the attack. ABC's Molly Hunter is on the scene in Paris with more.
Shots fired on the Champs-Élysées and chaos in the heart of the French capital.
Mesdames et messieurs, you have to stay back, please.
There was absolute chaos and panic with all the people hit here on the street. People were falling down.
The attack started Thursday night just after 9 p.m. on the city's famous avenue when a gunman pulling up alongside a police vehicle, getting out and opening fire. Police calling it a military-style weapon. Right
over here, about 10 feet from the shooter. We saw the shooter in black. He had a black rifle. It looked like an AR-15. It sounded like an AR-15. He rang out about 10 shots towards the police on the road. And at that time, my wife yelled, "Run."
The attacker killed 1 police officer, wounded 2 others, as well as a bystander. Investigators found a shotgun and knives inside the attack car. The suspect was shot dead, a 39-year-old man from an eastern suburb of Paris. He reportedly spent years in prison for attempting to kill 2 police officers, released in 2015, and earlier this year hauled back in for questioning, but there wasn't enough to hold him and no sign of radicalization. Immediately, a claim of responsibility from ISIS, saying the attacker was Belgian, not French. But the Paris prosecutors saying they know the attacker's identity, but are withholding it until they determine whether the gunman had accomplices. And traffic is flowing again on the Champs-Élysées. Security beefed up ahead of Sunday's hotly contested presidential election here. The candidates were actually in the middle of a debate last night when the news broke. One of the biggest issues on the table there was how to prevent terror attacks like this. Molly Hunter, ABC News in Paris.
Here at home, an early morning crash ties up traffic in Sarasota. The crash causing an SUV to end up on its roof. This happened at the intersection of Bee Ridge and McIntosh Roads just before 7 o'clock this morning. Investigators say the driver was heading west when she hit a construction barrier. Remember, Bee Ridge is under construction. The impact caused her vehicle to fly up into the air and land on its roof. She escaped with just minor injuries and no other vehicles were involved. An arrest in a Bradenton bank robbery. Deputies arresting 43-year-old Kevin Potts. Manatee County Sheriff's deputies say surveillance video shows him robbing a Wells Fargo bank branch in Bradenton yesterday afternoon. Witnesses say he handed a note to a teller demanding money and then took some cash and left. Potts is now charged with armed robbery. In Sarasota, police officers and sheriff's deputies come together to raise money for Florida's Special Olympics. Law enforcement hosting the annual torch run this morning. Officers from all over the state carry this torch in a 1,500-mile relay. There were 2 legs in Sarasota. First one started north on Tamiami Trail, ended up at Sarasota Police Department headquarters. Second began on Adams Lane and ended at the Unconditional Surrender statue at the Sarasota Bayfront. These torch runs help athletes go to the Special Olympics in Orlando.
For the Special Olympics of Florida, we're trying to bring awareness and raise funds for the athletes in that program. The Special Olympics is for these athletes to get out and show their skills and their athleticism.
Run started around 8:15 this morning. More than 5,000 officers are taking part across the state. And what beautiful weather they had for that this morning. Blue skies out there. Wendy Ross is in for John today.
Hello, yes, and I have to tell you, it was one of those beautiful starts to the morning. Once again, it felt cool, it felt crisp. This afternoon's going to be different.
Yeah.
It's going to be a little warmer, a little more cloud cover. No rain, not today. We're not expecting to see the showers today, but you can see we've got some of that cloud cover well to the south and all across central and northern Florida. We are looking at very clear skies right now. So it is a beautiful start to the day, and it will continue for a little while longer, but those clouds are going to start to move on in. And temperatures right now have climbed into the low 80s. You know they can only go up from here. Scott.
All right, Wendy, thank you. Another big I-75 project is on the way to the Suncoast. Florida's Transportation Department will be building a new diverging diamond interchange at I-75 and State Road 64. Right now, construction continues on a diverging diamond at University Parkway, which will be complete this summer. This $39 million project at State Road 64 will get underway sometime after Memorial Day.
We had a lot of volume of traffic out here in Sarasota and Manatee County, and the more improvements we do to our interchanges and interstate, the better that we can hold the capacity, plus the improved traveling.
The new diverging diamond will take about 2 years to build. Venice will soon have a new facility for in-house child care. PGT Custom Windows breaking ground this morning on a new child care center. The nearly $2 million, 8,000 square foot facility will offer affordable daycare and preschool programs to its employees. According to government figures, U.S. companies lose at least $3 billion every year from a lack of child care related absences.
This has been a project that we actually dreamt about 20, 25 years ago as we were doing strategic planning. We thought, what would be something that we could do to help our folks with, daycare, childcare needs. And with the downturn, things got kind of put on the back burner and put on hold, but it was a dream that we never, ever gave up on.
Once completed, the center will be able to accommodate 100 children of parents with challenging schedules. It will be run by Sky Family YMCA, and it's expected to be finished by early next year. ABC 7 business commentator Jeff Stern just joins us now with a look at the day on Wall Street so far. And Jeff, we've seen some big gains yesterday on Wall Street. How has that helped shape this week?
Scott, thank goodness for yesterday. The Dow's had 100-point moves either way. For the week, up over 0.5%. NASDAQ's leading the way, up close to 2% for the week, while the S&P's just over 1% for the week. Big moves this week so far. All the indices are positive. Some names this morning, GE and Visa came out with positive earnings. And the big news, Samsung's coming out with their new phone, the first one since the exploding Note 7, which unfortunately I had as well. Woke up this morning, the futures were positive, so let's see how we're currently trading. The Dow Jones Industrial Average, 20,581, positive by almost 3 points, 0.01%. NASDAQ's negative at 5,911, down almost 5 points, almost 0.1%, while the S&P 2,351, down 4.28, almost 0.25% in the negative.
Well, Jeff, the virtual assistant market got a little more competitive with Google's new device called Home.
Yes, Google Home now can distinguish between you and others just on voice alone. It'll recognize partners, roommates, kids, even guests, and support multiple accounts on one device so everybody can have a personal experience. When you trigger Google Home, it will know your voice, so it can help you with your personal calendar, reminders, even how to get to work and such. It learns your voice by technology that analyzes different vocal characteristics, pinpointing what makes your voice different from others. Also, it'll block other personal information from being read out loud if someone who's not your voice is not counted to your account. This could be a big advantage for Google Home over the all-popular Amazon Echo. Scott, Google's trading right around 850 points, so we'll see how this helps. So far, it looks like it's going to help for the day.
Okay. Jeff, thanks so much for the update.
Have a great weekend, Scott.
You too. There are not as many Subway shops in the U.S. these days. For the first time in the company's history, Subway closed more stores than it opened in 2016. Right now, there are more than 26,000 in operation, but that's down about 350 from the year before. Worldwide, there are more than 40,000 Subway restaurants. Time now to check in with ABC 7 Culinary Director Judy Gallagher. She's joining us live today from the Bird Rock Taco Shack in Bradenton. Hi, Judy. I love the name of that place.
Scott, we have to bring the families out here. It's wonderful. We're right in Village of the Arts in Bradenton, not far from the ballpark. And this has everything for everybody. You can stroll around, ride your bike, go to the different galleries and shops, and then definitely come to Bird Rock Tacos. Wait till you meet Chef Dave Shiplet. Now, I've known him for about 20 years. He is French classic trained, but he has the flair to do this. So you need to stay with us and enjoy the feast of tacos. We'll be back in just a few minutes. You can meet Dave and hear all about Bird Rock Tacos.
ABC 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you weeknights at 5.
I was always worried and scared. Mom was in pain. She wasn't going to get any better, and all the trips to the ER were painful for all of us. Then we called Tidewell Hospice, and everything changed. Now she has care in our home when she needs it, surrounded by family. We know we don't have much time left with Mom, but we decided to make the best out of that time. Tidewell Hospice, it's more than you think.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
You only have one life. Are you gambling with it? 1 in 3 adults have high blood pressure. Not knowing your numbers could cause you to lose, big time. Luckily, you can turn the odds in your favor by getting your blood pressure checked today. Don't leave your health to chance. Learn more at heart.org/HPV.
Why settle for less? Get more for your money at Sunset Subaru in Sarasota. Nobody beats Subaru in service, quality, vehicle quality, and overall quality. And ALT named Subaru the 2017 top brand for residual value. Now lease the most fuel-efficient vehicle in its class, a new Subaru Outback for just $229 a month. Or get 0% financing with complimentary maintenance included. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
Everyone loves a bright and cheerful smile. Not everyone can find the dental care they need and can afford. Now there's a place nearby where anyone can receive professional quality dental care at an affordable cost. The LECOM School of Dental Medicine in Lakewood Ranch is now accepting patients. You will receive your care in comfortable, state-of-the-art treatment rooms. To schedule your appointment, please call the LECOM Dental Group practices, 941-405-1600. We will be happy to see you smiling again.
Oh, it's just so pretty out there. You'll notice that the winds are calm. We don't have any seas that are churning up out there. We've got nothing but blue sky, just a clear vision everywhere you look, and just a couple of clouds. So no rain in the forecast, at least not yet. And that's good news that we're going to be getting some rain because we need those showers to come on in. And right now, all across the state, we have temperatures in the low 80s. We still have some 70s. Gainesville reporting 79 degrees right now. But right here across our area, Longboat Key is the only place reporting temperatures in the 70s, and it's 78 degrees there, 80 on Siesta Key. And as soon as you move on land, temperatures begin to heat up, and we're seeing them anywhere from 82 to 83 degrees, and they're just going to keep on going. We're expecting to see those readings back up into the mid to upper 80s a little bit later on today. So right now at the airport, it's 83, but our humidity is lower than it was this morning when it was 80%. Our dew point levels now at 56 degrees, and the winds have kicked up a little bit. They're coming in out of the east at around 14 miles per hour. And we've had the cloudy weather well down to the south. There's a disturbance down here that's creating all of these clouds and some rain showers, and that eventually is going to be working its way up towards the north. But we also have a cold front that's moving across the country, and these two areas are going to come together like this, and that's going to be taking place on Sunday. So it's Sunday is going to be our best opportunity for rain. But you can see some of these showers, they've been holding together throughout the morning hours, and they're lifting on up towards the north and east, and they're moving more in this direction, not so much towards us, but we could get a little bit of those rains coming on in for us on Sunday. In the meantime, we've got nothing but fair skies right here across the region, and we're going to continue to see those temperatures warming up, as I mentioned earlier. And so by the end of the day today, you'll notice we still don't have any rain along the west coast, just a couple of showers along the east coast. But as we move into Saturday, we start to see a little bit more of these showers forming, and most of the rains will develop east of I-75, pushing off towards the east, and then we have other showers that are going to be seen. They're going to be a little bit heavier along the east coast, and then we've got the cold front, and it's going to be moving on down the state, and that's going to help to produce some of the showers that we're going to be seeing. So Saturday we could get some more cloud cover. By Sunday we'll get the rain. And of course, because it's so very dry. And you can see Manatee County affected, Pope County, and other areas are around the state of Florida under a fire weather warning, and that will be in effect throughout the day today. But then we think it's going to be extended a little bit later on and into tomorrow as well. Here's the cold front I'm talking about. You can see the rain showers along it and some thunderstorms as well. That system begins to move on down towards the south and will eventually start to make its way in here. We'll get those rains coming in from the south, and this is what it looks like for our 7-day forecast. We're going to be seeing the best chance of showers on Sunday with a 40% chance of rain. Temperatures stay warm all the way through Sunday. The frontal system coming on through will help to cool us off just a little bit beginning on Monday. Scott?
We'll take it. All right, Wendy, thank you so much. Researchers are looking to better understand the life of former NFL star Aaron Hernandez by studying his brain. The former Patriots player's brain was released to Boston University to determine whether or not he suffered from chronic traumatic encephalopathy, or CTE. This is the same degenerative brain disease as Hall of Famer Junior Seau and former Bears defensive back Dave Durison, who also took their own lives. Now, CTE has also been found in dozens of other former players. Hernandez hanged himself in prison on Wednesday, just days after winning an acquittal in a 2012 double homicide case. He was already serving a life term in the 2013 killing of Odin Lloyd. Another back operation for Tiger Woods. The pro golfer underwent his 4th back surgery this week to alleviate pain. He says it went well. Typical recovery from a single-level fusion surgery is about 6 months, which would keep him out of all of this year's majors. Woods went 15 months without competition before making a brief return in December and January. And one of the top charity golf tournaments on the Suncoast happens tomorrow in Sarasota. For the 21st year, the Meadows Cup Pro-Am Golf Tourney will tee off at the Meadows Country Club. And joining us now to talk more about the tournament's impact is the president and CEO of Easter Seals Southwest Florida, Tom Waters. Tom, thank you so much for being with us today. Let's first talk about Easter Seals Southwest Florida. For people watching who might not know about what you all do, just explain your mission.
Love to, Scott. Thank you. Yes, we've been here over 70 years, started right up by the airport to help children and adults that were surviving polio. So we serve children and adults with disabilities, and we've moved and helped dystrophy and palsy, and now 30% of the children we serve are on the autism spectrum. So when you think disability services, when you think about independence, from the little ones where you can make the greatest difference, 0 to 5, to your seniors who are outliving their parents, think Easter Seals and know that that's what this tournament is supporting.
And over the years, the Meadows Cup has raised more than $1 million for Easter Seals. Tell us how some of that money has helped these Suncoast children and adults with special needs and their families.
Well, one of the real keys is that early intervention that we talk about, where you have a chance to get in and do the physical therapy, the occupational therapy, the speech therapy, but we've been able to add art, music, as well as behavioral therapies that really enhance the lives of these little guys and also the kids in high school and as they become adults. And without the funding from programs like the Meadows Cup, we're not able to do that. We get just enough funding to provide about 50% of what our families need. Then if you throw in the respite care that we're able to go into their homes thanks to this philanthropy, now you've given the families the break. 70% of our families are together, where in most cases significantly more of them end up separated. So you're saving families, you're helping children, and you're helping our community by helping people be even more independent.
Yep. And I know you appreciate the efforts of the Meadows Country Club, its staff, membership, volunteers that make this a premier event. They go all out for this event, don't they?
They certainly do. Our chair, Ben Klein, and co-chair Jason Stutzman, and the whole group, our major sponsors were Florida Resource Management, Sunset Automotive, and long-term supporters, Willis Smith and Sun Hydraulics. These companies come out. This tournament is sold out in its 21st year. They close both courses. It's an amazing day of fun, making a difference for so many in our community.
Well, let's show people all the information. As you say, it's great that it's sold out, but it happens tomorrow. If you are signed up at Meadows Country Club in Sarasota, registration starts at 10. You can hit some balls, practice, then have some lunch, play golf, and then dinner and awards afterward. It's just a fun-filled day, and it all benefits Easter Seals Southwest Florida. Thank you so much, Tom, for being with us today. We'll see you tomorrow at the golf tournament.
I was going to say special thanks to our honorary chair, Scott Dennis, and ABC 7 for all your support.
My pleasure. We'll be right back.
Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com for Chef Judy's favorite recipes, restaurant guide, and more. Go to mysuncoast.com/dining.
Hi, I'm Chef Judy. Every Wednesday morning, I'll be with the chefs at the Publix Aprons Cooking School serving up the most wonderful dishes. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday on ABC7's Good Morning Suncoast.
So many times we underestimate the human spirit's drive to recover. We often see people surpass what any of us might have expected initially. The Rehabilitation Pavilion at Sarasota Memorial is the top of the line. It allows us to really bring the patient's recovery to the next level.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. We promise we're more than a dealership. We're a destination with a movie theater, massage room, aquarium, cafe, and more. We promise to give you top dollar for your trade, even if you don't buy from us. And if you do, we promise you the best deal. Bring us any competitor's ad and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
When you want to get away from it all, to a place where you can do everything, or nothing at all, surrounded by natural beauty and all the modern amenities you might desire, then you'll want to be here at the Wannabe Inn on the beautiful shores of Manasota Key, Florida. To plan your escape, log on to wannabeinn.com.
Need more space in your place? The More Space Place can help with Murphy beds that disappear to reveal a home office, living room, or den. Custom closets with designated areas for your shoes, bags, wardrobe, and accessories. Custom-built entertainment centers, garage storage systems, and more. The More Space Place has 3 showrooms next to Sonny's on US 41 South in Sarasota, on Lakewood Ranch Boulevard just south of State Route 64 in Bradenton, and on Tamiami Trail next to Panera Bread in Port Charlotte. Put more space in your place at the More Space Place.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
It's time again to meet our pet of the week. Wendy is with the founder of Dante's Den and host of Animal Outtakes, Marsha Panucci, to tell us all about Elmer.
Well, I am just so delighted to be here with one of my dearest friends, and of course we're meeting Elmer. Oh my goodness, tell us this story of this sweet thing.
You know, look at this sweet baby. He's had a rough start, okay? Elmer was part of a hoarding situation, and we all know what those are about, and he was asked to come to Bishop's Animal Shelter along with 41 others that were confiscated in this particular raid, and he needs a lot of love. You can see he's just a deer. It looks like he's a bit of a wire terrier.
Yes, he does look that way. Yeah.
And he has got beautiful coloring. And the reason we're holding him this way is because we need to make him feel very secure, Wendy, and very, very safe. And whoever adopts him, if you want a lap puppy, here he is. He's ready for you.
You've got this noble face. With a name like Elmer.
Yes.
I mean, come on. With a name like Elmer, he's just got to be nothing but love, right? Isn't he gorgeous?
He's 2 years old, and as a small dog, as a small terrier that we think that he is, he's got a long life ahead of him. And he's got the warmest eyes, and I think you can see that in this picture that was taken of him, but also looking at him right here. And I would say, again, if somebody is looking for a lap dog, somebody that, you know, you might want to put him in one of those boutique purses.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Oh my God, Elmer.
Yes, and Elmer will go with you everywhere, absolutely everywhere. And certainly Bishop's is doing a wonderful job, Bishop's Shelter over in Bradenton. And what you do is you fill out an application and you give them a call. And you can call them at 718-3019. And you can ask to see Elmer. Now, there are others. As I said, there's 41 others that are basically many different Elmers.
So just remember that number on your screen. You'll be able to call that number. You can ask about Elmer, or you can ask about any other dogs that are there at Bishop's, and we encourage you to do so and give Elmer a forever home. We would love to see that.
Absolutely, absolutely. He is all love.
Oh, yes, you are, my dear. Scott, back to you.
Okay, thank you so much. Did you see how Elmer made eye contact with the camera? He's good. Curious George entertaining kids in Northport yesterday. The visit was part of the opening of the newest multimedia exhibit at the Northport Library. The WEDU PBS Library Corner features a collection of children's books, movies, music, and other educational materials, which was all made possible by a grant.
We were invited to submit a grant application to WEDU PBS, and when we received word that we were one of the finalists, we learned that we were going to get this incredible multimedia library corner.
Here we go, George. Ready?
Northport Library is one of only 4 in the area to have this exhibit. Let's check back now with Chef Judy Gallagher. She's joining us live today from the Bird Rock Taco Shack in Bradenton's Village of the Arts. Hi, Judy.
Hey there, Scott. I'm so glad to be out here, and of course with my longtime good friend, chef and owner Dave Shiplett.
Hi, Judy.
It's good to have you out here today, and let's talk about Bird Rock, because this is your newest invention of, you've had many restaurants, and you're a classically trained chef, so let's go back a little bit and then move forward to where you are now.
Well, I did. I went to San Francisco and got my chef degree. Then went to a French chef school. But just prior to that, I was living in Southern California surfing. And I found that Baja fish taco. This was in the late 70s, early 80s. So then I went to chef school, and I always wanted to do this. So I spent like 30-something years doing my French chef upscale fine dining from Longboat Key to West Bradenton and all over. And I worked on this project for like 20 years. And it all came together here a little over a year ago. And now I get to do that surf thing, you know, but I get to bring the French chef degree to the table.
And it really works. It's just such a great little spot that you have here. Let's talk about what's coming up next on your property, because you have a sweet treat that's going to be starting soon.
Well, I've been working on the project here on the premises, and we're going to be doing ice cream, gourmet local ice cream. I've got a pastry chef that I'm joining with who is amazing. She's a chocolatier, and mid-July, beginning of July, we will have Atomic Cat, which is going to be a wonderful, just as creative as Bird Rock, and it sits right next door.
It sounds great. Now, you say in the mornings when you're just riding your bike around, you have really neat aromas that inspire you right from this neighborhood.
Well, I live only 3 blocks away, but when I leave there, you can smell Tropicana, and to smell Tropicana, it's like a burnt orange smell that you smell, and when I leave the house, I smell that, and I like that, and it's a great smell. Then I get to work, which is 3 blocks away, and we sit directly behind Motorworks Brewery, and over here they're cooking hops 6 days of the week, and 1 day they cook coffee for their coffee porter, and that's also a wonderful aroma.
And I'm sure they're loving the aroma of the tacos here. So when we get back, we'll share that aroma and what all these tacos are. Stay with us. We are rocking it, rocking it. We'll be back in just a few minutes.
I knew I could get myself out of this. I just needed some hope and some help.
I took the first step to recovery when I made the call.
If you're depressed, drinking, and using drugs, you may need help. And the Affordable Care Act guarantees coverage of substance abuse. Call the Addiction, Hope, and Helpline now for a free assessment.
I had problems just getting to sleep, drinking and using pills every night.
I feel like I'm losing control. I'm afraid I'll lose my job or even my family.
Are you losing hope? You can recover and get back on track. Call now for hope and help with proven, gentle recovery programs.
I never thought that I could be somebody who didn't drink and use drugs.
I have something to hold on to for strength. I'm in recovery, getting the help I need.
Call the Addiction, Hope, and Helpline now for a free assessment with someone who cares.
Call 1-800-764-8708. That's 1-800-764-8708.
Since 1972, Sleep King has provided quality mattresses and accessories at the best discounted prices available. Top brands like Simmons, Sealy, Serta, Beautyrest, iComfort, and more. With available free delivery, free financing, and free setup and removal. For a comfortable night's sleep with same-day delivery, even if we have to carry it on our backs. Trust Sleep King of Sarasota. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
I need that stuff for squeaky hinges. I think it's called 10W40.
Ace is the place with the stuff for squeaking hinges. That's called WD-40. Not 10W40, which is motor oil that we also sell.
Right.
Don't miss these April Red Hot buys. 6 convenient Sarasota locations and now open in Bradenton, Northport, and soon Osprey.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
First time ever, this Saturday, April 22nd, 7 p.m. DeSoto Speedway. Koch Chevrolet's Night of Destruction, presented by attorney James Carter. School bus, figure eight racing, the Gunslinger Monster Truck, a demolition derby, and much more. Tickets on sale now. Go to tourofdestruction.com for info. Thanks to Steps Towing. Be there.
Being the caregiver for someone you love is truly a blessing. But sometimes you can lose a part of yourself. To be your best, for them and for you, it's important to have time to be able to recharge your batteries. When you call Tidewell Hospice, they can give you a chance to do just that, and with the peace of mind of knowing your loved one is in the very best hands. Tidewell Hospice. It's more than you think.
Live from our studios on Florida's Suncoast, this is ABC 7 News at noon. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Welcome back. The suspect in a California mass shooting appearing in court for a previous murder, Corey Ali Muhammad, is facing a first-degree murder charge in the death of an unarmed security guard. Muhammad telling investigators he shot 25-year-old Carl Williams because he disrespected him. Investigators say Williams was one of 4 killings. On Tuesday, he's accused of shooting 3 other white men at random. He told police he wanted to try to kill as many white people as possible before he was caught for killing Williams. Officers are calling the shootings a hate crime. Here in Florida, investigation is underway to find out who mailed a noose to the office of a Florida prosecutor. Orange County Sheriff's deputies say 2 letters were sent to the office of State Attorney Aramis Ayala. The first one was sent last month. It had a racist message scrawled on an envelope addressed to the attorney. A second was sent a week later, containing a noose made out of green twine and taped to a postcard. Ayala is Florida's first African-American state attorney. Governor Scott reassigned 23 of her capital murder cases after she announced her refusal to seek the death penalty in it. New details this afternoon in a kidnapping case that sparked a nationwide manhunt. The Tennessee teenager who was allegedly taken by one of her teachers will be coming home today. The 15-year-old was found in a remote California cabin with 50-year-old Tad Cummings yesterday. Authorities received a tip about the 2 Wednesday night after the man they were staying with suspected something was wrong. When he realized who they were, he called 911. The 2 have been missing now for more than 5 weeks. There were about 1,500 leads called in from all 50 states.
We're going to be patient with her, and we've just got to get her the help she needs.
Cummins faces state and federal charges, including aggravated kidnapping. If convicted, he'll face a mandatory minimum sentence of 10 years and possibly longer in prison. New information could shed some more light on the mystery of missing Malaysia Airlines Flight 370. A new analysis is reaffirming experts' opinion that the airliner most likely crashed north of an abandoned search area in the Indian Ocean. Scientists studied a part of the recovered wing part from the plane. They analyzed how it most likely drifted in the ocean. The plane disappeared with 239 people on board more than 3 years ago. A $160 million search for it ended in January. Here at home, beachgoers in Venice are being reminded to share the shore. Shorebird awareness signs are up along Venice Beach and North Pier Beach access. They show photos of the common shorebirds and seabirds on the Suncoast and have information about their habitat and foods. The signs ask people to not disturb nesting birds and explain how seaweed and seagrass is vital to the wildlife. City of Venice, the Army Corps of Engineers, U.S. Fish and Wildlife all work together to install these signs. And just a short bit ago, we introduced you to Elmer, our pet of the week from Bishop's Animal Shelter. The number we showed you to call if you're interested in adopting Elmer was not correct. This is the correct number right here on your screen, 792-2863. If you're interested in giving Elmer a charmer a good home.
Oh, yes, he is. And you were right. He was looking right into the screen.
Yeah,
He wants that
he's a
home.
pro.
He is very good. I'll tell you what. Well, we have been looking at nothing but beautiful weather. If you want to go to the beach, it is a beautiful, beautiful day to do so. And so you can see we just don't have anything to show you on radar. It's quiet out there. Temperatures right now are in the 80s, and they've been warming up throughout the day. 78 degrees on Longboat Key is the coolest temperature, while temperatures are warming up east of I-75 into the mid-80s already. So 83 at the airport. Humidity is low. Winds are starting to pick up. They're coming in out of the east at around 14 miles per hour. And we are looking at no rain today. So if you are heading out to the beach, it's going to be a great day to do so. But rain is on the way. We're going to be talking about that in a minute.
All right, Wendy, thank you. The fight to repeal Obamacare far from over. Next week, President Trump will mark his 100th day in office, and it appears House Republicans are trying to give him the gift of a new health care bill. ABC's Kenneth Moten has the latest now from Washington.
President Trump one day closer to marking his first 100 days in office, optimistic about the House Republicans' plan to take another crack at health care.
We're doing very well on health care. We'll see what happens. But this is a great bill. There's a great plan.
White House aides have been working to revive the president's signature campaign promise to repeal and replace Obamacare. The GOP plan, dead on arrival as Republicans failed to reach an agreement.
It was a very, very tight margin. We had no Democrat support.
Sources say the new plan would keep some popular parts of the Affordable Care Act, like coverage for pre-existing conditions. But individual states could request to opt out of key mandates to lower insurance costs. Republicans hoping to get the deal done before the president's 100th day milestone next Saturday.
My 100-day action plan to make America great again.
The president repeatedly hyped up on the campaign trail what he would do in those first crucial days, even unveiling a contract in Gettysburg. Trump now tweeting this morning, no matter how much I accomplish during the ridiculous standard of the first 100 days, media will kill.
I think it's been underwhelming. 2/3 of the country thinks we're off on the wrong track, and a majority of the country still disapproves of him. So I think he still has much more to prove.
As Republicans continue to work on health care, there's another potential major roadblock, a looming government shutdown if lawmakers don't pass a funding bill by next Friday. Kenneth Moten, ABC News, Washington.
Meantime, former President Obama will hold his first public engagement since leaving the White House. The former president will be speaking to community leaders and organizers on Monday at the University of Chicago. This is the same place where his presidential library is planned to be built. The former president says his post-presidential goal is to encourage and support the next generation of leaders. In consumer news, Samsung's newest Galaxy phone hitting stores today. The S8 is thinner and narrower than the S7 that replaces. Prices, though, start at $720. The new phone is Samsung's first major release since its doomed Galaxy Note 7, which was recalled due to fire risks. There's a new play, a new comedy playing at Sarasota's Oslo Theater. It's called The Elaborate Entrance of Chad Deedy. Wendy Ross joins us now with one of its stars. Wendy?
Oh, I'm very excited about Raji Assam.
Raji Assam.
I am so glad you are here. You are going to tell us about this play that is playing at the Oslo, and it's about wrestling.
Yes.
I'm sorry, that just puts me right off, right away.
It put me off immediately as well,
imagine.
Because I'm not a huge fan of wrestling, and what I found through this is that it doesn't matter whether you're a fan or not, it's for everybody.
Okay.
There's an underlying message of depth that is for every single person. We all want a story that has to do with depth, and if you can get past the thing that you may not like, you'll find that you might like it by the end.
So we are putting this out on a stage. This is going to be on a stage that is authentically a wrestling ring.
Yeah, it's at the Cook Theater at the Oslo Space, and we have a professional ring that comes out later in the show, and we get to bounce around on it. And
you say that the audience will be very much involved.
Yeah, even if you don't like wrestling, you'll find yourself standing up by the end of it and cheering for somebody.
So what is the message? What are you telling me the message is?
It's the very simple message of not to judge a book by its cover. Do you know what I mean? And I believe that cliches are cliches for a reason, right? Because they have a depth of truth there. This show looks at racism, and it's very, very, very relevant right now. It was written 7 years ago, but even more relevant today. Yeah.
Wow. Oh, I'm just delighted that you came out here today and was able to explain a little bit about this. And this is a comedy, so
it's very funny.
It is very funny, I've
very
heard.
funny.
And these are this is the information here on your screen, so you'll be able to see when it's taking place, and you can call the box office for tickets. And again, we want to thank you so much for coming out today.
Thank you for having me.
And taking that time with us. And we're going to go back out to Judy. Judy's having lunch. Judy, my mind is on lunch right now, so this is a good time to go to you.
Wendy, it's the perfect time to drive up here in Bradenton, Village of the Arts. Dave, I can wait no longer. Tell us about what you prepared today.
Okay, what we've got here is a full table full. We've got the Southern California chicken volcano, and it's kind of a combination of tostada and nachos with chicken, avocado, and queso with jalapenos. Then we've got our hand-smashed guacamole with lime and pickled onions. Up here we've got the Peking duck taco, and that's got kung pao sauce and walnuts on it. Up here we've got the shrimp with the tangerine and ginger barbecue. Over here we've got the...
You got to look at the ingredients.
The fried green tomato.
I was going to say, there you go.
That's a fried green tomato. That's one of our most popular dishes now. Over here we've got an avocado banh mi with the pickled vegetables, cauliflower and the carrot.
Ooh.
Then we've got the beef short rib.
I switched you. I switched you, dude. A little test.
We got the beef Asian beef short rib taco. And then we've got the eggplant, which is with a queso made with jalapeno and Swiss cheese. We've got Brussels sprouts, which is with a little bit of lemon zest, chili flake, and almonds and goat cheese. And then we finish, that's our pickled vegetables that we put in different places.
And man, those pickled vegetables, you did it. I'm so proud of you. You know your tacos well. Now you'll deliver by bicycle, correct?
Oh yeah, we deliver from Main Street over to the baseball park over here.
It's pretty awesome. And I love how creative you've been, and you've added more tacos. And whether you're vegetarian or you're just ready to tuck into some good fish or beef tacos, it's so creative. It's a lovely space. So many people are sitting out here. And Dave, I want to thank you for taking the time today.
Oh, always my pleasure.
It
Good
is
to see you, Judy.
Bird Rock Taco. It's the place to be. I'll be back in just a few minutes to wrap it up.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, A-N-D, services.com.
ABC 7 News at 7, weeknights.
When you want to get away from it all, to a place where you can do everything, or nothing at all, surrounded by natural beauty and all the modern amenities you might desire, then you'll want to be here at the Wanna Be Inn on the beautiful shores of Manasota Key, Florida. To plan your escape, log on to wannabeinn.com.
At Bacon Furniture's spring clearance event, we've slashed prices on our most popular styles. Look for the red balloons for the biggest savings. Save 30, 50, even 70% off throughout the showroom. Bedrooms, dining rooms, sofas, chairs, recliners, and so much more. All at the lowest prices of the season. Don't miss the spring clearance event going on now only at Bacon's Furniture and Design in Sarasota. Nobody beats Bacon's.
It's the season of savings right now during the spring clearance event at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota. Come shop the Suncoast's largest selection of new Jeep Wranglers, or stop by today and drive away in a 2017 Jeep Cherokee for just $18,999. And for a limited time, get America's best value, a new Dodge Journey for as little as $16,599. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And andservices.com. andservices.com.
Temperatures are still in the 70s and 80s around the state, but right here across our viewing area, we have temperatures that are mostly in the 80s with a couple of holdouts, 78 degrees on Longboat Key right now. And fair skies are being seen by everyone. 83 degrees at the airport. Humidity is low. The winds are coming in out of the east at around 14 miles per hour. You'll notice all these clouds that are located down here. This is all coming from a system that's generating all of this wet weather. And then in addition to that, we've got a cold front coming in from the southeastern part of the country, and that's going to help to bring about some showers just in time for the weekend. We need the rain, though, so we're fine with that. And you can see that we've got a couple of showers that are going to be setting up along the east coast for later on today. Nothing much happening, though, over here along the west coast of Florida. The clouds and the rain that you see down to our south starting to make more of a northeasterly move, but by Sunday we should start to see some of this wet weather moving into our area with the combination of that cold front and this system coming up from the south. So it's going to be a sticky weather forecast over the weekend. A lot of cloud cover Saturday and of course the rain on Sunday. But today, because it is so dry, we are under a fire weather warning until 8 o'clock tonight. Very likely it will be extended. And part of the good news here is that we've got this cold front that is going to be moving down the state, and that takes place on Sunday. And we've got some of this wet weather. It's starting to dissipate, but it's going to be coming on up from the south. So that's going to give us our 40% chance of rain for Sunday. But again, today, it is going to be dry. It's beautiful out there. It's great to be out and getting to the beach and having a lunch outside. It's just a beautiful day. But that cold front approaches, and then we get the rain coming in on Sunday with that 40% chance. Interestingly, we did have a tropical system that had formed this morning. It's all been swallowed up. It's moving away from the country and certainly from the state of Florida. But this was Arlene, which is now a post-tropical system. And so we just had to mention that because it's so early in the season to be talking. In fact, it's not even season, as you know. We are looking at our best chance of rain on Sunday with an 84-degree reading and a 40% chance of rain. Scott?
All right, Wendy, thank you. From a charity fashion show to opera, there's always something fun to do here on the weekend. ABC 7's Linda Carson has a rundown of all the activities in the Suncoast scene.
Verdi's back in town. Gloria Musici presents Verdi's Requiem Sunday afternoon at 4:30 at the Sarasota Opera House.
Everything in it is a top 10 hit, if you will. I mean, everybody recognizes a lot of the music that comes from it. We're presenting this in cooperation and collaboration with the Sarasota Orchestra, the Master Chorale of Tampa Bay, and 4 extraordinary soloists from around the country.
One of the soloists is mezzo-soprano Robin Rockland. She loves Verdi's Requiem.
He brings to life the most exciting parts of Revelation and the ecclesiastical text that he uses. And he does it with when the trumpets scatter in the final day of judgment. You can hear the trumpets scattering all around the theater. It's just a thrill.
And it's Jazz in the Ballpark at Ed Smith Stadium Saturday from 7 to 9. Last year this concert was a sellout, so you'd better get your tickets early at the Orioles box office. The Sarasota Jazz Project Big Band will take the field.
You're going to hear an evening of great big band jazz, which celebrates the history of big band jazz through the decades.
And they're bringing some great guest performers.
Our featured act tonight, Saturday night will be music of the Andrews Sisters, and this will be performed by Michelle James Prine and her trio, which goes by the name of the Swing Sisters.
And now that spring training is over, the Orioles welcome other forms of entertainment on their ball field.
And that's really the Orioles' goal, to make this a community venue so that people can come here for a multitude of events.
And if you'd like to help the needy in our community, the ladies at St. Martha's Catholic Church are reaching out a hand to help them with a fashion show called Crumpets and Tea.
We're going to start off with some casual, and then we dressy casual, and then party wear and formal wear.
Fabulous outfits you'll find right here on the Suncoast are supplied by Lilia Kentz.
I'm wearing the dress as a couture. Models will be wearing ready-to-wear line, bridal, and couture line as well.
And these lovely gowns are just a taste of what you'll see at Crumpets and Tea at St. Martha's Catholic Church in downtown Sarasota, Saturday morning at 11:30. Linda Carson, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
All right, Linda, thank you. When we come back, we'll check in one last time with Chef Judy Gallagher. And the movie that made actor Dustin Hoffman famous is returning to theaters. Details next in Entertainment News.
Introducing the all-new Alfa Romeo Giulia, a performance masterpiece. Race-inspired handling and lightning-fast response times take your drive to the next level. Find yours at Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
Enjoy some of the best Suncoast restaurants on me. Just go to mysuncoast.com/dining, sign up for the newsletter if you haven't already, and you can win a $50 gift card to a restaurant in our area. We'll pick a winner each week, so go on our website and sign up now.
The Wild Broadway series at the Players Center brings you the classic farce, Boeing, Boeing. It's the 1960s, and our swingin' bachelor is juggling 3 beautiful stewardesses from 3 competing airlines. But what happens when Boeing produces a faster plane? Comedy ensues. Call the Players at 365-2494 or visit us online at theplayers.org. Opening April 26th, it's Boeing, Boeing.
Being a caregiver at Granny Nanny's, there's nothing else like it.
When you build that relationship and form that bond, it's rewarding.
It feels wonderful. You feel like you're part of the family.
And every patient I meet becomes part of my family.
I love my job. It's who I am and it's what I do. It's about giving them the quality of life they deserve.
It's bringing loving care to home care.
I am Granny Nanny's.
I am Granny Nanny's.
I am Granny Nanny's.
A helping hand and a gentle heart.
What to do when your heating or air conditioning needs service or, heaven forbid, replacement? Call Air Now today. We've been serving Sarasota and Manatee County since 1946. We offer $49.95 tune-ups, lease or finance options, and remember, service today or it's free.
Need more space in your place? The More Space Place can help with Murphy beds that disappear to reveal a home office, living room, or den. Custom closets with designated areas for your shoes, bags, wardrobe, and accessories. Custom-built entertainment centers, garage storage systems, and more. The More Space Place has 3 showrooms next to Sonny's on US 41 South in Sarasota, on Lakewood Ranch Boulevard just south of State Route 64 in Bradenton, and on Tamiami Trail next to Panera Bread in Port Charlotte. Put more space in your place at the More Space Place.
Are you Goodwill?
Yes, because when I donate
or shop at Goodwill,
I'm creating a job.
I am Goodwill, yeah.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
First time ever, this Saturday, April 22nd, 7 p.m. DeSoto Speedway. Koch Chevrolet's Night of Destruction, presented by attorney James Carter. School bus, figure eight racing, the Gunslinger Monster Truck, a demolition derby, and much more. Tickets on sale now. Go to doorofdestruction.com for info. Thanks to Steps Towing. Be there.
Giulia from Alfa Romeo. Appearance. Performance. Power. Find yours at Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
You know, I usually finish with dessert, but the ice cream shop isn't quite built yet. Remember, that's going to be open by July. So I can just sit back and enjoy my tacos and smashed avocado, have a raspberry iced tea or maybe a Motorworks brew, and enjoy this beautiful day. It's just lovely out here at Village of the Arts, and Bird Rock Tacos is a place that you're going to really enjoy. Some nights you can hear music swaying from other buildings right around here. So come out and enjoy the Village of the Arts and Bird Rock Taco, and a cheers to a great weekend, everybody.
All right, enjoy it. Thank you so much, Judy. In our entertainment news today, family and friends are mourning the death of soul singer Cuba Gooding Sr. The 72-year-old was found dead in Los Angeles inside his car. Police say there were no signs of foul play. Gooding is father of Oscar-winning actor Cuba Gooding Jr. and was the lead singer of the group, The Main Ingredient. And 1 year ago today, we lost Prince. A big concert and celebration is planned this weekend to honor the singer's life. He died of a prescription drug overdose that's still under investigation. Festivities will take place at his Paisley Park estate outside Minneapolis. Happy birthday to Queen Elizabeth, Britain's longest reigning monarch, turning 91 today. Queen typically celebrates her birthday in private. She has a more public official birthday in June. The Queen marked her 65th anniversary as Britain's reigning monarch in February.
Mrs. Robinson, you're trying to seduce me.
Yes, she was. Coming back to the big screen is The Graduate. The classic 60s drama is returning to theaters with a digitally restored 50th anniversary print. It will be playing in more than 700 theaters on April 23rd and 26th, including right here on the Suncoast. Showings are part of the Turner Classic Movies Big Screen Classics series. It's one of those movies I'm glad they really, I don't think they have done a remake.
No, they
haven't.
haven't.
Because the classic is so good.
Don't mess with it.
Why try to repeat that?
Don't mess with it, absolutely. And so you can come back now and see it again after all these years. Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
I still have to get out and see Beauty and the Beast. I'm still needing to do that with my daughter. So that's what we're going to have.
My daughter's seen it, so I mean, now she beat me to it.
Oh, good for her. Well, just remember, you can get to the beach today. Saturday, it's a little cloudy. Sunday, we're going to see some rain around here finally. That's a good thing.
Oh, I hope so.
Yes.
All of our lawns need it.
Oh, yes, indeed.
Have a great day ahead. We'll be back at 5 o'clock, so we hope to see you then.
Hi, I'm Chef Judy. Every Wednesday morning, I'll be with the chefs at the Publix Aprons Cooking School, serving up the most wonderful dishes. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday on ABC7's Good Morning Suncoast.
What Florida city is best known for spaceflight?
Cape Carnival.
Cape Carnival? Close enough. What condiment includes vinegar, molasses, and anchovies?
Westchester sauce.
Close enough. And now, a word from our sponsors.
One-off from the Florida Lottery. Now available for pick 2, 3, 4, and 5 games. Miss by one on any or all numbers and still win.